Fractals of the Forgotten Self, a quantum human awakening. For who is he whom writes these words? It is I, the Master, of which you have heard. Laugh at me like a fool, yet I reside within a realm of reality. I truly and righteously rule. The realm within, in which we are all kings, the realm which God shines through and beams. You joke and laugh about self-exploration, meanwhile doom-scrolling for external validation without a hint of hesitation. For it is not I that is grand, rather you too, such immense power in one's hands. This is all I exist to be, removing the veil, revealing the truth of the full scene. For why is it you wish to continue to act? Am I out of the norm? Perhaps. And yet found in those future generations to come, many of the youth shall hear my silent tongue. For their souls will arrive here, lighter and brighter, awaiting to stoke the coals of the ancient sacred cosmic fire. A fire whose beginnings lay before you as burning lumps of coals and fleeting embers. For it is not I whom will be fireside in the wintertime. Oh no, for he can frost the cold, and it is in this, his spiritual ability to not only weather storms, but thrive amongst them. These new humans, I call them, will not enter the earth having to lay new foundations as we have laid them for them. As this energy we have worked an entire lifetime to generate and accumulate, they will enter into as initiates, in birth, now arriving here on earth. Yet these children have entered with a fundamentally lighter, dehumanized psyche. As these children begin to enter into adulthood, you will soon notice that things seemingly overnight no longer operate the same as yesterday, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, these generations and the ones to come after will naturally seek to evolve out of the conscious and into it all. The second leap which awaits mankind will take humanity from conscious and aware into the beginnings of the truly divine, the realms in which psychedelics explore, peek into the truth you slam shut behind the door. For the light shines from underneath, exposing the faithless and weary to truths of quantum theory. For you see, I've hidden away for far too long, as an energetic ripple has formed within the power of my lungs. The fury of my voice begins to pound, vibrating faster and faster with a resonating sound, an eons-old disaster, a mosh pit of timelines swirling and crashing faster and faster, manifesting from my voice, from this physical body, bound by gravity. In times when truth ran as free as the purified waters, and times when fears led many to the slaughters. Now, shake off the dust and return to the line of duty. A new mission awaits, and yet it's new to me. What does it hold? For I can feel the shift, pulling my life force away from its skin. They communicate in silence, though remain forever vigilant. For when the time comes, it shall be benevolent. For he has been hidden in plain sight, and those he exposes himself to seemingly have not an eye. For he may see beyond this illusion into the expression of this multi-dimensional confusion. For it's not that intrinsically scientific nor spiritually tough, for it's been around for eons, prior to humanity, computers and stuff. If it was embodied as an active spiritual human practice to them, the ancients, then for me today, it shall be easily explained, interpreted, understood, and repracticed. As you now discover your intuitive abilities, innately pick right back up. As you come to, so shall those ancient ancestors whom ascend through you. For the loss of memory is not a random thing. On the contrary, most other conscious beings remember most of everything, recalling past lives while remembering where they once used to reside. And then there is us, we silly little squishy human beings whom seemingly cannot remember a thing. For Earth is a spiritual testing ground from which you have selected, or maybe have been selected for, chosen for such a sacred timeline, selected specifically by the ancient ancestors themselves. One's generational lineage, which contrary to popular belief isn't merely grandma and grandpa, but perhaps beings from other realms and dimensions in which one shares a soul tie with, similar in concept to an oversoul, an energetic body so potent with potential, no single being in existence can individually contain nor be composed by its entirety. a hard three-dimensional reality from which most have simply accepted. Look at us. This realm, a realm long lost of old, meant for the human to creatively meld. But remember why you came here, my dear. For you are a powerful warrior of spirit, the one equipped to take on this ancestral trauma. Call back your divine sovereign power, and you shall spontaneously remember the ancient Akashic past, the intuitive understandings which one innately holds in regard to the fundamental constructs of the new and the old, God, source or the essence of consciousness, the life force energy pulsating fluidly within and all around us, but more so is truly us in its finite essence. Now think back, not too hard, or the ego will soon take charge. Rather relax, it's not found inside the squishy tissues of your thinking cap. You see, it's not the memory of the mind, rather encoded and integrated within your DNA, as the entire human vessel isn't simply composed of major organs wrapped in flesh. Rather, the quantum human vessel, in its whole totality, is the machine, operating in harmony and balance versus merely the heart or simply the brain. Wisdom encompassed via all of existence, stored for all of time, awaiting curiosity. If you recall, you may come to understand, here now, that I'm no fool at all. For when the physical body begins to speak in silent tongues, the five senses suddenly go numb and dumb, like a foreign language they have not yet learned, however, from which the foundations of intuition may have its turn. As the curiosities of science evolved throughout the ages, it began exploring more and more. The more it studied, the more it understood. Understanding, it was exploring the realm of itself. Prior to this new era realization, mankind had compartmentalized truth, no longer seeking what intuitively feels good, rather, now slaving over that which they tell us we need nor desire. As humanity no longer found truth through the emotion or energies in motion provoked from the heart. Rather, they let others dictate their truths, allowing science and the human psyche control. For it's as if humanity believes in nothing until someone, somewhere, has a spark of curiosity, of course not that of their own, and as the curious define their realm via science. Humanity suddenly opens up the secured compartments of the mind, allowing this knowledge to now seep in as truth. Yet, in doing so, blocking out all that is possible until someone, somewhere, becomes curious. Why live like this? Why believe nothing exists until it does? I, for one, truly believe anything is possible until trial and error prove otherwise. Understanding that the very human body itself is a quantum machine, one designed, forged, and crafted by nature. For we must not forget the incredible technology hidden in every blade of grass, lying beneath, cushioning each barefoot step. As the remembrance kicks in, you feel times long lost, ages ago. For what is truly occurring is mind, body, and soul stirring. In times now lost, the human body has paid the ultimate cost for our ability to communicate via this telepathic network of thought and consciousness has been severed into a false human psyche, sometimes considered the ego, ID, and superego. Ironically, when we rediscover that religions are truly rooted in science, as the language of mathematics is the core universal alliance, it's simply the fact that our scientific mental abilities at the time of understanding and then later documenting such truths had not yet evolved enough to truly understand the intricate designs of the universe, crafted by mathematics. Therefore, the cedar races implanted real, pure truth not into our minds, rather directly implanted such wisdom into our hearts, gifting humanity the ability to see things from afar, a big picture, moment from above, for as above, so below. As these beings knew that the human mind is easily corruptible, but the heart, the ancient heart, knows real truth from the moment it enters its electromagnetic toroidal field. For the first thing to know is you know nothing. You see, the one thing faster than light is conscious thought. Here, one is able to converse with energetic entities, yet I know that doesn't sit well with most listening. Think of it rather like a ghost, an energetic signature of life, existence, being. Yet this energetic ghost is not an individual, instead resembles information, knowledge, wisdom, and truth. For I assure you, at this stage in human evolution, it's not what you think. Yet it's not a Hollywood sci-fi movie where the lead actor poster boy communicates directly with extraterrestrial life. However, with the power of belief, the first and utmost important discipline step when considering the physical foundations of an idea or imagination to creation and into the realization of such warranted manifestation with ease. You see, the power of the human psyche is a dangerous thing. The law of attraction, which, by the way, quantum physicists have scientifically proven truly can and does happen. In fact, it occurs so often, humans don't even realize it, or at least aren't fully conscious of this, as this act or exchanging of energy is always happening nonstop. To the point where there is no break, there is no division. It all flows together as one massive, seamless exchange, whether that be the thoughts or the conditioned behavioral patterns of the brain, as thoughts lead to action, action leads to routine, to the foods you eat, which exchange themselves as fats or nutrients. The positive or negative words you say or spell, which cast energy. For example, the difference between complimenting someone and being rude to someone, it's an exchange of energy. Sure, perhaps it left your body and affected their inner psyche. So you think you won? That you got 'em? Ha ha ha, my friend. I have more lessons on the law of karma. But I digress. For most humans, however, this communication isn't received via a conscious station, meaning that most recall their downloads as messages from a dream, a song out of nowhere you can't stop repeating, or synchronized numbers or events that seem coincidental or perhaps to a lesser extent, déjà vu, as if one cannot differentiate what seems like God's work from self-love, soul expression, and inner creativity. Is it a hobby, a passion, a gut or intuition hunch, or what? Yet in due time, one begins to realize that spark was resonating from the whispering depths of the unconscious mind, a realm considered to be affiliated with consciousness itself, for the Holy Trinity is simply a fully conscious mind, as the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, which like a metaphor can be applied in a multitude of aspects. Similarly, the physical body, the inner mental and emotional state, and the spiritual cord entangling humanity at all times of existence, connecting physical, metaphysical, chemical, electromagnetic, and astral matter as one. The conscious, subconscious, and unconscious, when truly reunified, represent the presence of God, known as the holy or whole consciousness, the aspect of you that's not physically around us, because humanity's physical vessel isn't fully online and operational. You may think of this hushed voice as perhaps irrational. Yet the human template cannot physically contain such high volumes of quantum light energy. Therefore, fractals of your consciousness exists as a mediator, of sorts, between the seen and unseen,